Hollywood has always had its fair share of tragic stories, especially when it comes to the untimely departures of its artists. Some folks even speculate that certain famous figures met their unexpected end shortly after making less than pleasant comments about the industry.
But they got this cool way to keep a brother broke. Like you say, I got like 7 lawsuits against me for nothing, but I still got to pay the lawyers.
The recent news that left fans utterly stunned was the passing of Suzanne Somers. She left us at the age of 76, just one day before her birthday, after a hard-fought battle with cancer. Suzanne is forever etched in our memories for her iconic roles in Three's Company and Step by Step. Not to mention those delightful Instagram lives she shared with her husband, Alan Hamill, in recent years. This is what he said about how he feels.
When I think about what happened, I lose it, and then I regain it, and it's probably going to be that way for a while until...
It wasn't always smooth sailing for her in the world of Hollywood, especially as a woman. But Suzanne, being the trailblazer she was, demanded equal pay alongside her male co-stars, paving the way for many others to come. So, what's the message that Suzanne left for us all? Well, let's dive in and find out. The trend of female stars receiving equal pay to their male counterparts is regrettably a recent development. During the 1970s and 80s, Hollywood's predominantly white male leadership didn't consider gender pay equity, and discrimination was prevalent. Being fired from Three's Company took a lot of work from me to not be angry, Suzanne Somers told Yahoo Entertainment of one of the most notorious such examples. Suzanne Somers portrayed the cheerful and energetic Chrissy Snow in the popular ABC sitcom that ran from 1977 to 1984, co-starring with John Ritter and Joyce DeWitt. When she initially signed on for the show, her weekly salary was $3,500, which at the time was a substantial amount of money for her. "I was thrilled," she said.
Now I'm 6 years into success and made good money, and you just learn stuff about the business.
Throughout the years, Suzanne Somers did receive periodic raises. However, her earnings never came close to matching John Ritter's. As her star power continued to grow in 1980, during negotiations for her contract in the 5th season, she requested a raise from $30,000 per episode to $150,000, aligning her compensation with what John Ritter was earning.
I'm looking around and thinking, why are all the men, including John Ritter, making 10 times more? I didn't know John Ritter was making more at that time because we were supposed to have favored nations. Why are all the men getting 10 times more?
So according to Suzanne, her husband went to them to set the salary. What neither of them knew was that months earlier, ABC had been forced to give raises to the female leads of Laverne and Amp, Shirley, Penny Marshall, and Cindy Williams. "You can't really fire Laverne or Shirley on Laverne and Shirley," Somers said. So as Somers tells it, ABC had already settled itself against forking out more money for another female star. And not only did ABC deny her desired salary, it also fired her from the show. "Alan said, 'You're out. They're making an example out of you,'" Somers said. The news was a devastating surprise to Somers and would lead to a challenging period in her career. "I was fired from the Known to One show at the height of my success. And I couldn't get a job in television," she said. "I couldn't get an interview. I was considered trouble." At the time, Somers said that the media negatively covered her asking for an equal pay raise. "The smear campaign they put out on me was, 'She's greedy, and who does she think she is?'" she said. Amid the turmoil at the beginning of season 5, Suzanne Somers' character was ultimately scaled back to a once-a-week appearance. Many of these appearances were cleverly staged as phone calls to her roommates and were filmed separately, according to reports from Variety.
I would usually leave in tears because it was just so, it just felt so like I was being punished, like I was a bad girl, brought up all my old feelings.
However, in response to the pay dispute and career challenges, Suzanne Somers made the bold decision to transition from her acting career and establish her own personal brand. With her husband's assistance, she successfully promoted the Thigh Master, turning it into a household name through iconic commercials. In the 1980s, she also ventured into Las Vegas shows, culminating in 1987 when she was honored as the Las Vegas Entertainer of the Year, alongside the legendary Frank Sinatra as the male honoree.
I walked up on a stage along with Frank Sinatra. He was the male entertainer of the year, and I was the female entertainer of the year. So, the reinvention began.
Looking back, Somers thinks ABC's decision to fire her had a chilling effect. It worked for ABC. Not one woman asked for a raise for 8 years, she said, until Roseanne Barr came along. Roseanne debuted on ABC in 1988 and quickly became a smash success. Somers attributes that to the comedian's singular talent. Roseanne said, "I'm Roseanne. The show is Roseanne. I want this and I want this." And she was powerful. Somers says she laid the ground for Roseanne to ask for a hefty salary. "I was responsible for scaring the networks," she said. "And Roseanne was how they made nice. Between me and Roseanne, the women are getting better treatment." As the torchbearers in the fight for gender pay equality, Suzanne Somers and Roseanne Barr paved the way for future generations. When discussing potential successors in this endeavor, Suzanne Somers mentioned Jennifer Lawrence, who notably received a reported $20 million for her role in the 2017 film Passengers. Lawrence has been an outspoken advocate for gender pay equity in the entertainment industry, making her a significant figure in the ongoing battle for fair compensation. Jennifer Lawrence sells tickets, Somers said. "The big screen for women is a short window. You need to be flawless to be up there or play character parts. She's still in her flawlessness, and she won't have it forever, so get paid for it." Once Suzanne Somers shone a spotlight on this darker side of Hollywood, her own physical health seemed to take a nosedive. Many folks out there believe there's more than just a coincidence at play here. They've seen a pattern in Hollywood where anyone trying to reveal its secrets ends up facing repercussions, be it through mysterious health issues or, in some shocking cases, even violent attacks. The speculation is that Hollywood might have its ways to create unfavorable conditions, sometimes by pushing artists towards substance use. It's a murky world of showbiz, and the rumors certainly keep us guessing.
It's the only silver lining in all of this is that it feels like victims of this abuse are feeling safe enough and bold enough to come forward and tell their stories.
Moreover, Suzanne Somers' traumatic childhood certainly adds a layer of complexity to the theory. It's a well-known fact that individuals who've endured a difficult upbringing can be more vulnerable to the lures of substance use. Suzanne herself has opened up about her challenging past, revealing that she grew up living in fear of her A&A father, who cast a dark shadow over her life. His actions haunted her, dominating her fears. But one fateful night when he had one too many, and Suzanne had finally had enough, she reached a breaking point. In an unexpected turn, she turned the tables, making her father afraid of her for once. Her journey was marked by early A, which took a toll on her schooling and left her feeling insecure and isolated. However, she did manage to secure a date for her junior prom, a significant milestone. In fact, she worked on her dress with her mom, creating a memorable experience despite the challenges she faced. "I loved it," she said of the dress. "I remember we picked up sequins for the top. I've always loved sequins. And 2 layers of chiffon for the skirt. One was pink, the other peach, and I couldn't wait. I went to bed dreaming about it." Unfortunately, one fateful night, her father returned home in a particularly inebriated state and unleashed his anger on her beautiful new dress. In a fit of rage, he tore it to shreds, adding another painful memory to Suzanne's already difficult upbringing. One of her fans wrote, "I have yet to hear anyone talk about how she came out about her father's alcoholism, talking about how it can hurt the family. And it's not the family's fault. She also made it a disease and took away the shame that a family member might have. I remember because I was only like 10, but it helped me understand my mom." Another fan showed his emotions on her tragic passing away by saying, "Suzanne exuded happiness. I will miss her energy and optimism and healthy lifestyles she helped us with. I will miss her beautiful smile and cheerfulness we all sorely need right now in this crazy world. Rest in peace, sweet Suzanne. Prayers to her soulmate husband Alan and her son Bruce, and stepkids and family and friends. It's a very sad day. Can't imagine their grief right now." In her final moments, Suzanne displayed incredible resilience, fighting with every ounce of strength to cling to life. She drew her last breath while holding the hand of her beloved husband, Alan Hamill. Alan, who was still grappling with the profound loss of his wife of nearly half a century, shared with Page Six that Suzanne, a well-known advocate of holistic medicine, left no stone unturned in her battle against breast cancer when it resurfaced earlier this year. She explored every available treatment option in her unwavering quest for healing.
A little in and out. I sail along and everything's okay. And then I realize what has happened.
And
It was also revealed that the Three's Company star spent 7 weeks before her death at a physical therapy clinic in Chicago, struggling to deal with pain after breaking her neck when she fell downstairs at home in 2020. Somers' longtime rep R. Curry Hay told Page Six, "She never truly recovered from her fall on the stairs, and cancer weakens your bones. Alan was with her. They rarely spent an hour apart in 55 years together. She spent 7 weeks there and then headed home for her birthday. She planned to be with her family." This new revelation is quite triggering, as this can lead to some new progressions in Somers' death. That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.